Welcome to No Drama Makeup Mama, who tonight is gonna be a little dramatic. So tonight we are doing the Battle of the Blues. And guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be 100, as some people would say, that are younger than me, because I don't know what that means, except for, you know, being honest. I'm a little nervous making this video because, I mean, I know I'm really small, and maybe it's just, it's probably just, you know, super audacious of me to even think that either of these companies would watch this video. But I am going to compare, and I'm going to try to create the same eye look. Blue Blood versus Tarte Icy Betch. Lies, cries, cries, lies. What is true? What's not? Who created who? Who copied who? Let's find out. Jeffree Star, please do not cancel me. I'm going to be honest. So what I'm going to do first, I'm telling you guys, I'm so nervous. I'm like picking my nail polish off. Okay, so first things first, we are going to swatch these side by side. So I'm going to have my lovely assistant zoom in on my arm. We're going to do the Icy Betch, which actually, I don't really like that name.
Betch.
So, is it Betch?
B-E-T-C-H, Betch.
Wait, Betch? Yeah, I mean, I don't really like the name. And if you're going to go ahead and go, okay, so let's just do this while. So this is Icy Betch, and this is Blue Blood. So, I mean, if we're comparing just for comparison's sake, this is $52, this is $29, $24, $29, something like that. So, I mean, there's an obvious difference. And we all know that Jeffree Star does it right as far as packaging. So this looks, it's blue and it looks kind of like wooden. And you open it up. Oh God, it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. His packaging is so pretty. And that's what it looks like. And it looks like a coffin, which is creepy. And you open the little lid. So you guys are gonna see it before me. Oh God, I can't open it. Or maybe nobody will see it. Okay, there we go. Ready? So that's what it looks like. Let me see. Okay, Larry's gesticulating wildly. That's what she looks like. So obviously there are way more colors. That palette has 18 colors, correct? Why would you close it? 18 colors, yes. Some of which are not blue or green. This one is a strictly pretty much blue and green palette. This is what, oh, she's pretty though. That's the outside. And this has it has 10 colors in it. What's cooler than being cool? Me. Okay. So if you, I mean, here's why I don't see the fuss already. Let me go ahead and go in and say I don't see the fuss already. Like, nothing about these two palettes is similar to me. They're both blue, but this is clearly a blue and green palette, whereas this is a blue and complementary color palette. Just saying. Okay, so now my lovely assistant is going to zoom in on my arm, and we are going to do, what I'm going to try to do is do swatches of the colors that are similar next to each other, and then obviously Jeffree Star is going to have a bunch left over, so we'll be right back. All right, so we have the Tarte palette, which I'm just not even going to say the name anymore because I'm not trying to curse all over the place. And then we have Blue Blood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to swatch the colors that I think are closest to each other side by side, and then I'll finish off with Jeffree because obviously there's more colors in Blue Blood. So this first color in Tarte, do they have names? Yes, this is Veronica, and it is a matte white-ish color. Looks a lot like vanilla in the Pro Tarte palette. And the only thing close to that is Wealthy, which is a matte, and it's more taupe. It's more of a natural color. So there's those two. The next one in Tarte is called Becky. And it is a very bright blue. Let's see how this one swatches. Whoa. So, yeah, that's blue. Hold on. I was smart this time and had makeup wipes ready. All right. So the closest thing to Becky in Blue Blood which there isn't really one that's like the exact shade. I'm going to go with Flourishing though. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the Flourishing one is probably the closest I would say that's a matte blue, because there really isn't an electric blue in here. This is more teal, but you know, copying, whatever. Oh, well, actually those are really close. Well, but you can see that's obviously way patchier than this, but I'm not playing favorites, I promise. Okay. So next one is Blair. Oh, these are all B. One of the first ones was Veronica. I don't know. Okay, so this is looks like a glittery, really dark blue. And it is a glittery, really dark blue. It's one of those masks that just has shimmer in it. The closest thing in Blue Blood is going to be Ocean Ice, which is nothing like it, but here we go. Oh, and this is a glitter. So this, oh. What? Holy moly. Okay, well, those are definitely not the same color. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe Jeffree won't cancel me. Because that is, I mean, guys, I barely touched it. Okay. So then we're going to go into the big one on Tarte, which is Regina. Oh, okay. I get it. I get what they did here. All right. And Regina is the big frosty one. That's Regina. It's kind of a white with a gold. Oh, it's pretty. And then I'm going into Cullinan, which is the frosty white on Jeffree. I mean, they don't even have the same undertone. That is like almost like what Quick Frost used to look like with MAC. Just like a straight up frost white, and this is more of a gold. All right, then this light blue, which is Heather. So are they saying that these are all like B-word names? Yeah, sorry if you guys are named after any of these. So this is Heather, and it almost comes off kind of gray. The closest thing to Heather is going to be I'm Cold. Once again, totally different undertone. So far, really, only these two have been similar. Next is Georgina, and she's a teal. So, actually, those two colors are real similar. This one's a little bit brighter. So, I'm not actually going to swatch another one, Jeffree, because that is that. So I guess there isn't really color in there like that. So, okay, moving on. Miranda is the next color, and it is green. Oh, wait, wash my fingers off. Hold on. And once again, not really a color like that in the Jeffree palette. See, this is why I don't think that it's copying, guys. Like, I think that it was just like, hey, let's create a lot of drama around my release, which, I mean, because that's a green with gold in it. There's nothing anywhere close to that in this. These are all cool colors and some taupes and stuff to kind of transition. But I mean, there's nothing anywhere close to that. All right, so the next one is Cheryl. Cheryl is a metallic kind of marine blue. And the closest one to that is probably Ice Tray. Yeah. Well, so far I'll say that the pigmentation on the Jeffree one is obviously way, way better than the Tarte. Sorry, Tarte. I love you. And then Aria, which is this dark blue. Ooh, she felt ooh, that's real patchy. Okay, I had to dip twice to get that color. Closest thing to Aria is going to be Undertaker, which is this dark blue. And those are totally different colors. That's almost like a blue-black, but it's kind of patchy too. And then the last one in Tarte is Vivian. My hands are going to be stained blue for days. Guys, I still can't get over this right now. I'm a little shook, as Jeffree would say. All right, so this is the last one in the Tarte. And ooh. Okay. So it's kind of like a, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I've run out of descriptive colors for blue. There's too many blues. I'm going to put Deceased next to it, which obviously is not even close. Okay, so I'm going to finish swatching the Blue Blood. We're going to close the Tarte up. I can already tell you the formula is definitely better on Blue Blood. But like I said, if we were just going based on, there's 2 colors in the Tarte palette that you can't even come close to. This one does not even match. Those you can't even compare. Those are pretty close. Those are pretty close. And those are nowhere close. So, I don't know. You make up your own mind. All right. So, the next is Mint Tea. And I'm just going to swatch on both sides of my arm, guys. And it is mint. Then we have Crystal Flesh. Ew. Sorry. I died. I just died a little. Guys, that is like the perfect rose gold color that's ever been existed in life. Now, how it's going to look on my eyes, I have no idea, but on a swatch, holy crap. Okay. I already did I'm Cold. So we're going to do Untouchable, which is this pink. Okay, I'm not impressed with that. Priceless, which is this kind of flesh-colored. It's more of an orange. Also, you got to have transition colors, and I appreciate the fact that he put these in here. Because if it was just all blue, I mean... Alright, this is Power, which looks a lot like one of the colors in Alien, but... And it is just a gray... And then the name of the palette, Blue Blood. So this one better be good, right? Whoo, son. She's blue. She real blue. I already did Deceased. I already did Ice Tray. So let's go into Blue Monday. Wow, okay. That one's a little patchy. Just, you know, some of these matte colors that are like that true pigment, they're gonna be patchy. I'm not like upset about it. Flourishing, we already did. All right, so this is Celebrity Skin. Now he does have a lipstick called Celebrity Skin, and it looks like it's the same color. Yes, it is Celebrity Skin. Did I do Entitled? No. Let's do Entitled. Ooh. I already did Queen Ice, which, whew, and then Cremated, which I'm assuming is, no, it's, ooh, okay. It's like a really, it's patchy though. But, okay, so there we go. So this to here is the comparison, and then these are the additional colors on Blood Sugar, or, Blue Blood. Like I said, I don't think there's any, like, the battle is not even a battle. Like, how is that copying? They're 2 completely different palettes. But because I said it was going to be a battle, I'm now going to try to recreate the same eye look using both palettes. Be right back. Okay, so here's the tea, if you will. I do not think that Tarte necessarily copied. Obviously did not copy the formula, because there's no... I mean, I was so scared when I did the Jeffree Star. I was like, oh my God, please let these be good because Jeffree's going to cancel me. No, his palettes are, that palette is amazing. And the colors are true. And there's a couple patchy ones, but you know, darker colors are patchy sometimes. But what I was going to do was try to create an eye look with the same, with each palette and try to make it look the same. I can't do that because they're not the same palette. I think the controversy comes from the fact that Tarte this was an April Fool's joke last year, and then they found out that Jeffree had a blue palette coming out, and they're like, ooh, let's get in on the game. We already have this idea. However, this is one of those things that I have found with Tarte time and time again where their big palettes, like the Pro palettes, are amazing. The formula is creamy. They go on great. They last forever. They're buildable. They're everything you want want an eyeshadow to be. But when they do these little specialty guys, like I had this one, I've had the one that was the pink with all the sparkles, the eyeshadow payoff is crap. Like, it's just really patchy, and just, so I don't really like this. So I'm just gonna do a Blue Blood look, if you guys don't mind. Which, even if you did, it wouldn't matter because I can't hear you. So, Blue Blood look coming up. I'm not even gonna compare them. There's no comparison. There you go. There's my tea. There's no comparison.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Jeffree Star's palette is on a whole nother level, doing a whole nother thing for a whole nother group of people, as opposed to this guy, which, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go into Wealthy because it's that really pale kind of base color. I'm gonna put it all the way down. You guys, you know I have talked not crap about Jeffree's palettes, but I haven't really been kind in the past. I've had all of them. I liked Thirsty, but I didn't like any of the shimmers in Thirsty. Now I will tell you, if the shimmers that they have in here apply on my eye like they did on my arm, I'm keeping this because that was something else. All right, so I have Wealthy down all over my eye. I am doing a blue look, so they have some other colors in there, but let's just go blue. Let's just go hard or go home kind of moment. All right, so I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and I'm gonna go into Mint Tea first, which is kind of that greeny blue, and use it as my transition. Ooh, girl. She's lighter than the color I had on my eyes. Nah, it's all right. So, yeah, guys, this palette. I know you can't have it because it's sold out, but you should get it when it comes back. I ordered 2. All right. So, you know, maybe there'll be a surprise. If I get some more subscribers, you never know. You never know what Jessica's gonna do. All right, so that's with Mint Tea down. I'm gonna go a little higher up. This is obviously gonna be more of an editorial look. But, like I said, I like the fact that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 6, 7 really. There's 7 of the 18 colors that aren't blue, you know? So, and that Crystal Flesh, that rose gold color, holy crap. Like, it is like, all right. So I've done Mint Tea. I want to deepen it up. I'm actually going to go in with Blue Blood. And I'm going to tap because she blue. And I'm going to go follow right on that line. And just kind of go and blend it in. Girl, this is some 80s look if ever I did see. But I think I'm gonna try to make it more wearable. Because, you know, I know at the end of the day, Jeffree Star is not for everybody, but you can make any color work as a natural eye look. You just gotta know how to do it. So this is Blue Blood, which is a true, I don't know how to say it. It's blue. It's blue, guys. These colors are blue. This pen is royal blue. All right. Got a little stripe. Now see, I do like too, these are really buildable because I just put another layer of the Blue Blood on and it is like, chow. So I'm liking that for sure. Okay, I want to deepen it up a little because why not? Deepen it up, deepen it up, deepen it up. I'm gonna use, I need like a detail brush. Where is my brushes are so dirty, guys. I have so many brushes that need to be washed. All right, I'm gonna use a Morphe G18, which is a really good detailing brush. And I'm gonna go in with Blue Monday, which is like electric blue. And all I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna just take it right here. And remember how instead of windshield wiping, if you wanna like concentrate color, you can make little circles. So we're just gonna make little circles. Making little circles. Making little circles. I will say that these are blending a little patchy, but not horrible. The color payout is really good, but if you look close, you can see I'm having some issues with them blending together. But maybe they just don't want to play. All right, so little circles, little circles, little circles. See, this is where I run into problems with his palettes. The problem with doing a palette with the majority of one color is when you start putting all those colors together, a lot of times it just comes out looking like one color. But I'm gonna work it out. Okay, so I'm gonna go back with a cleaner brush, apparently. This is just a clean brush, and I'm just gonna kind of just a blend to the gods. Kind of blend this out a little bit. There we go. Okay, well, that worked. Okay, so that's down. I don't know what I'm doing with my under eye yet, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. Now, what I really wanna do is take Crystal Flesh and Ocean Ice on my eye, which is either gonna look really, really good or look like a disaster. So let's find out which, shall we? All right, so I'm gonna go in with my MAC, trusty MAC 242 into Crystal Flesh, which is that true rose gold, gorgeous color. And I'm gonna start on my inner corner, and I'm just patting. See, these doesn't show up the same as it does when you swatch it. I might have to wet her. I don't know. I really don't want to have to wet it. Okay, well, that'll do for right now. So Crystal Flesh, inside corner, I'm just patting it. It does not look like how it's swatched on the eye, but sometimes eyeshadows do that. I'm sure that if I wet my brush, I could get more of that rose gold to come out, but since I'm still blending and working with the colors, I really don't want to do that. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with Ocean Ice. So this one like really impressed me, guys, when I put it on my arm. Let's see what it does when I put it on my eye. Just using quick patting motions. Ooh, she's a fallout baby. She is a fallout baby. I mean, can you guys see that fallout? It's intense. And I don't have a fan brush cream. Let's just use this one. Ooh. Okay. So when I'm applying this, like when I apply it with my finger to my arm, guys, I tap my brush both times. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. So when I applied it with my finger, which is what I'm going to do on the other side, it came out this beautiful, like, yeah. So that is much better looking. Like, can you see the difference? I mean, that's like blue, and that's like me. So we're gonna use my finger on this side too. But she is a fallout queen, guys. That's the first one I've had fallout with. And it ain't joking. It is Fallout City over here. All right. So I have Crystal Flesh and Ocean Ice on my eye. And now I'm gonna go in just to kind of blend them together. I'm gonna use Entitled, which is a foily turquoise. And just kind of blend them. Ooh, she's a fallout girl too. Now you guys heard me tap. I tapped twice. Twice, guys, twice. I have so much fallout under my eyes. We'll see, and I didn't tap that time. I didn't get any fallout. Weird. Okay. Weird. All right, so they're kind of blended, kind of not. We're just kind of blendy, blendy, blendy. I'm gonna go on the other side of that brush, that same brush, because I really like this brush. I don't have another one clean. Go back with Crystal Flesh. Yes, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So at least these are very buildable. But the fallout on that Ocean Ice, because I think it's like a pressed glitter, and it is not joking around. Like, under my eyes is a little blue. Okay. So I really like that. How do you feel about this, honey?
Huh?
I said, how do you feel about this look?
Beautiful.
He's not even looking, just so you know.
I just saw you.
Yeah, but you weren't looking. Okay. So, where does Jessica want to go now? I think I want to make my crease a little bit darker just to contrast more with the situation I have going on the bottom of my eye. I was like, let's make this a natural look, and now I'm like, no. So I'm actually going to take Flourishing, which is that matte teal color. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I needed that little boost of color. So I'm using the windshield wiper motion, but I'm doing it in short strokes. Because when you come across eyeshadows that may be a little patchy, like mattes that tend to not want to play well with others, instead of doing long sweeping motions like this, if you go and use short motions like this, it'll give you the same effect and blend better. So you don't have to worry about it not looking blended. I'm going with Flourish, tap. Do that same thing on this side. Just kind of start from the outside and just kind of, I'm just wiggling literally wiggling. Wiggling. That's a weird word, wiggling. Say it. Say it right now and you'll hear it and you'll laugh because it is weird to say, wiggling. Wiggling. All right. My eyes do not look even at all. Don't know what I did different on one than another. So that's a fail on my part, not on the eye palette's fault. And I got some mess. I got some mess right here. There's a little mess. But just to show you that can be cleaned up, I'm going to take like a bigger paddle brush. This is a Morphe M166. I'm going to go back into Wealthy, which was that color I laid down everywhere. And I'm just going to kind of do this and see how that kind of cleaned up my mess. Come on. All right. This is a very 80s eyeshadow look. I feel like I have blue eyeshadow flecks everywhere. I know I don't, but blues might not really be my color. Maybe that's just it. I'm just talking to myself at this point, guys. You know, just watch me with the TV on if you have to. Feel free. I'm going back in with I'm Cold on just a really light, fluffy brush just to kind of ice this out a little bit and blending up. Yep, there we go. And I'm doing that same thing, short little motions, just all the way across. I'm not trying to be super precise on this because I'm just trying to blend it together. Okay, now I actually think that looks really good, so I'm going to put a little bit more I'm Cold. I like the I'm Cold. That is a really pretty, like the truest definition of 80s baby blue, but it looks really good. All right, my eyes look crazy. Crazy! Sometimes I gotta do crazy eye looks to keep you guys on your toes. All right, so I'm gonna use a Morphe M3030 brush, which is also a taper brush. I'm going into Cullinan, which is that frosty white. And I'm gonna put it right under my brow. Ooh! Oh, she is frosty. She real frosty. This is like, if you guys remember Crystal Avalanche from MAC, it's like Jeffree missed Crystal Avalanche so much that he had to make it himself. And I am thankful for that because I don't have it anymore. So thank you, Jeffree. You're welcome, Jessica. Anytime. I love you so much because you did not speak poorly about my palette. You're welcome, Jeffree. Anytime. I may be going insane literally in front of your eyes right now. In front of your eyes. All right, I'm going to take a MAC 213 brush. No, not. That's a lie. Where's my little brush? Okay. This little guy is an Eco Tool brush, and they call it small shadow brush. I think it's really good for under your eyes. So, I don't even know if I want to use Ocean Eyes. I'm going to lose a little tiny bit of Ocean Eyes right under my eye. And remember, guys, if you are using shadow under your eyes, you have to set under your eyes. Even if you're not wearing concealer, you need to put a little bit of powder under your eyes. Otherwise, you're going to create a muddy mess. Muddy, muddy mess. All right, so now that that's on there, guys, this fallout is serious. Okay, so we're literally, that's my only downfall so far on this palette is the Ocean Ice, which is so beautiful swatched and looks really pretty when you put it on with your finger, has a ton of fallout. Not just like, oh, it's a little bit of fallout. Like, no, it's got a ton of fallout. So that's all I'll say negative so far. I know people are like afraid to say anything negative, but there you go. All right, and then next under my eye, I'm going to put that Crystal Flesh, that rose gold color, just to kind of emphasize the fact that I don't just have blue on my eye. And of course, it's not going to come off. Come on. I might have to spray my brush. Yeah, it's kind of showing up. And then on the very inside, I'm going to take I'm Cold with another Eco Tools. They say it's an accent brush. This thing is so little. I'm gonna take that I'm Cold and just go right on the inner corner of my eye. And I'm actually gonna drag I'm Cold all the way down and connect it with the top. So I'm Cold starts in the corner of my eye. And guys, I will say this, you know, like these are the kind of shadows. Jeffree does not make palettes for beginners. Does that make sense? His palettes are very artistic and are great for makeup artists, but for people that are just starting out in makeup, he doesn't really cater to you guys. Like as far as eyeshadow palettes. Now with other things, something weird is going on with my eyelash and I don't know what it is. Okay. Now with other things like his liquid shadows and his highlighters and stuff, anybody can wear those and they're gonna look great. But his eyeshadow palettes, you kind of have to play with. Like you have to figure out the formula on each one. Excuse me. A lot of them require more than one layer to really look good. And I could see someone that is new to makeup getting a little frustrated trying to make it work. Because it is really easy with stuff like this to make it look like a muddy mess. You know, just saying. Okay, so I just went full glam and just went, wow. So that's that. That's my eye look. I have to sneeze really bad. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm gonna jump off and I'm gonna line my eyes. I'm gonna put some mascara on and I will come back for some final thoughts. Well, this took an unexpected turn, did it not? So we started out, or we started this voyage as a battle of the blues, which became not even a contest because here's my thing. Obviously, Tarte came out with that on April Fool's last year, and then they saw Jeffree revealed that he was doing a blue palette. They obviously rushed production and made sure it came out a little sketchy the day before Jeffree launched. So obviously that was a marketing ploy for people that can't afford a $52 eyeshadow palette, you know, but the quality of the eyeshadow is not what I think is Tarte standard, and the packaging is not. Now, I will say though that Tarte's packaging has always been a little off because my Pro palette, like the lid like falls off, but I still love it. I have never kept a Jeffree Star palette, and if you had asked me if I was gonna keep a blue palette, I would have told you that you were crazy, but I really like this. The only thing that I will say negative about it is that one really glittery shade is Fallout City. Definitely want to use with like a wet brush or with your finger. Do not use it with a dry brush. I mean, I literally had blue everywhere. Is this an 80s kind of look? Yes. Is this a going out every day kind of look? No. But I think that there's enough in here that you can just, you know, I think that's why I like it, because there's enough in here that you can do a neutral eye and just do a pop of blue with a neutral eye and just make it interesting. The only other thing, like I said, is Jeffree in general, to me, and it's my opinion and I'm entitled to it, I don't think that his palettes are for beginners. I don't think that these are for people who are unfamiliar with how makeup works, how unfamiliar with how color works, because his palettes, one, he puts a lot of pigments in his. You have to treat pigments differently than you treat eyeshadows. Two, a lot of his colors are very buildable, but if you just swipe it on, you might not get the results that you want. So it's definitely something that you kind of have to play with, and I think that people that are a little bit more seasoned with makeup are gonna like this a lot more. Do I think that, like, if you've never used makeup, should you buy it? I mean, that's up to you. You can do what you want. But I'm just saying, my opinion, this is not a palette for Susie Joe who wears eyeliner and mascara every day. Do I love it? Yeah, and I think I'm keeping it. What? So yeah, I might not get canceled because I actually loved it. Like literally, I loved it. I loved it. And I hit the table and my husband's making angry faces now. So yeah, guys, I will be continuing my journey through the decades after this, not right now because I just did put all this eyeshadow on my eyes and I'm not taking it off yet. But I'm excited now for the 80s because I got 80s in a box, 80s in a coffin, whatever you want to call it, right there. So yay Jeffree Star. There's no comparison, so to me, because they don't compare, they're not the same thing. So here's a look. All I did was tight line my eyes with some midnight blue gel liner, and actually used the Lash Princess. So I haven't used this since I opened it for the Amazon Get Ready With Me, and apparently it just needed to be opened for a while because I really like this now. I know. All right, I'm done. That's it. There's nothing else to say except for breathe in, breathe out, and be still.